Well, alrighty then. The music just stopped playing on its own. Hi, everybody. I'm not sure what happened there, but welcome. Happy Friday to you. Today's Friday, February 12th, 2021. I'm not even going to tell you guys what year I was about to say. But if you're curious, for some reason, I was about to say 2016. Isn't that weird? So, yeah, 2021, February 12th. Welcome. Welcome, everybody, to the News Break. How was your week? How's everyone doing? Do you guys have big plans for Valentine's Day? If so, I'm very happy for you. I really am. All right, why don't we go ahead and get started with the show here? Let's take this off, and that should pop us right where we need to be. Boom. All right. We actually have quite a few stories tonight. I can't always communicate that in the title because the title only lets us hold but so many characters. But we have quite a few stories to go over, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right in. Hi, everybody in the chat, and welcome. So this story dominated the headlines this week and a little bit of last week, but mainly this week. And it's just so funny. One of the most interesting things about life, at least life these days, is that you just never know what's going to dominate the headlines next and what's going to capture our attention, because humans are always outdoing themselves, man. So for those who are unaware, let's take a quick look at the story. And really, I'm just going to give you guys an update and just a few thoughts on what I thought about this whole thing, okay? So TikToker Tessica Brown is seeking, this is a little bit past tense, okay, is seeking help after putting Gorilla Glue in her hair. The user, who goes by @I'm the old lady on the app, went viral earlier this week for using Gorilla Glue as hairspray after running out of her normal got-to-be holding spray. Tessica revealed on TikTok that her hair hasn't moved in over a month despite washing it 15 times. After an outpouring of love and support from millions of people across the internet, Tessica has decided to seek help for her situation. Yesterday, the TikToker posted a photo at the hospital to her 450,000 plus followers as a medical professional worked on her scalp. The comment section was flooded with kind words and prayers, okay? So that's kind of where we were. Then the update, as of this date, her sister was trying to help her take it out with acetone wipes, and it simply was not going well, okay? So the update on this whole entire story. So quick summary for those of you who seriously have no clue. This young lady put an industrial strength super glue in her hair that's designed to glue things like wood, plastic, and possibly even metal. I don't know if you can glue metal. Can you glue metal? I don't know. But she put it on her hair. I mean, it worked. It did what it was supposed to do. It slicked it completely down. But then she basically made herself like a permanent skull cap, basically. So that was then. This was on February 8th. The update, you guys, is she has successfully gotten it out of her hair, okay? She had to go to a plastic surgeon in LA to get this stuff. I'm sorry. I do think she flew up Beverly Hills. I'm sorry. She had to fly out to Beverly Hills to get the stuff out of her hair, y'all, by a plastic surgeon who cooked it up himself, okay? Tessica Brown, the Louisiana woman who went viral after she put Gorilla Glue in her hair, has finally had the adhesive removed Thursday. TMZ reports Brown underwent surgery to remove the Gorilla Glue spray that left her hair stuck in place. The Beverly Hills-based plastic surgeon who took up the task, Dr. Michael Obing, reportedly offered to perform the $12,500 surgery for free. $12,500, y'all. She was under anesthesia throughout the roughly 4-hour process, but TMZ captured the pure relief on her face when it was finally done, okay? And I had that video, and then I lost it. This is a video of the surgeon. I will link all this for you after. I would show it, but I have a feeling TMZ is real funny about their stuff. So I'm not going to show the video, but basically he had to cook this up himself, you guys. So he has a background in chemistry. The doctor I'm talking about is this gentleman down here. He has a background in chemistry. He had to look at the ingredients on the Gorilla Glue and then basically come up with a custom compound to get the stuff off of her hair. And they had to put her under anesthesia for it. So she was not awake during this process. She was out. So that's how serious this thing got, y'all. So I'm happy she got it out. Here are my thoughts. My initial first thought when the story first broke was soak. She needs to soak her hair. She needs to saturate her hair. So basically run like a bathtub of warm water. Now, obviously she can't stick her whole head under there and just leave it, but kind of like doing like a kind of leaning back, if you will, like leaning back in that warm water she probably shouldn't have her body in it, to be honest. Probably not meant to be bathed in. But leaning back and just letting the water break it down would have been an option, I would have thought, or even maybe baking soda in warm water and leaning back and just letting the water do its good work. She said she washed it 15 times, but when she showed how she washed it, she literally just put some shampoo on her hands, rubbed her hands together, and then rubbed her hands in her hair. And I'm like, oh, sweetie, you needed some water with that. So the question on the screen is, was the ponytail a weave attachment? I'm not sure. And here's why. She eventually had to cut it off. She had to cut this. And when she cut it, it was like a perfect, I want to say brush, because I can't think of a better term. But you know how like if you take like a paintbrush and you squeeze it into like a round shape, when they cut it, it looked like that. So if it weren't, it would be like they'd be pulling out like rubber bands and bobby pins, and there'd be a lot of other things coming out. So I do believe it's possible she cut her hair. I'm not sure, y'all. I don't know. It is possible she had a ponytail in and they just cut at the base. Speaking of the base, I learned something new. And when this was all first happening, they told her that her hair might be fractured at the root. Have y'all ever heard that before? Fractured at the root. So I had to look it up. And that could honestly take me down a whole separate stream, but apparently it is possible to fracture your hair at the root level. All right. So, so there's that. I was hoping that maybe she would soak it off or something, but here's the other thought I had, y'all, because this has been on my mind. I'm glad she got it off, because my concern was, okay, like anything else, like if you've ever gotten glue on your skin before, even super glue on your skin, eventually it'll loosen up and remove itself because you sweat, you have oils in your skin, you have, you know what I mean? You move around, you bump up against things. So no matter how permanent, all glue should come off at some point, I would think. But the fact that this was not budging, y'all, to me, I thought it made her head potentially like her head was getting ready to become a giant open wound, basically. Like the body is going to get it off. The body is not going to tolerate too much for very long. And like the body's going to keep working to remove something that's not supposed to be there. So my concern was that she could potentially eventually create a situation where it just kind of like lifts off, basically like a helmet, but then she'd have like a giant open wound on her scalp and possibly run the risk of things like sepsis and things of that nature. So anyway, to further this story, so she got it off. Other people have already tried it and also ended up in the hospital. Okay. I didn't go pull all those stories. I've seen only 2 so far. Only 2. The woman, I don't know if she ended up in the hospital, but a guy did, because a guy didn't believe her. So he tried it on himself. He ended up in the hospital. So guys, please, y'all, please. They make so many different super strong holding gels, creams, sprays designed for hair. They are already out there. They're already on the market. Please, let's not venture into the hardware aisle and pick up these different things. But if I may make a prediction, I do think other people will be trying this. I think they'll just find a way to cut it. So they're going to go get the Gorilla Glue, which, hey, great news for Gorilla Glue. Are they on the stock? They're not on the stock market. I already looked. But let me look real quick again. Unless Gorilla Glue is not their company name. You know how they have like a base company name? Like it'll be like ABC Products, but they put out Gorilla Glue. I need to figure out what their real company name is. If anyone knows, let me know so I can go buy me a stock of Gorilla Glue. But anyway, I do anticipate this is going to continue because trust and believe, some people saw this and went, "Oh, she laid." And trust, no other product out there is actually doing this. But this is a $13,000 under anesthesia medical trip to the hospital to get this look with Gorilla Glue. Okay. So I hope she learned her lesson. In the video I saw, they kept telling her, please let it heal. They said, please don't put anything else on it. Just let it heal, please. Let your scalp heal. Let your scalp breathe. I don't know that she will. I sincerely hope that she will, but I don't know that she will. But what an interesting and strange saga and story. So yeah, I better not hear of any of my viewers going out and doing anything similar. Okay. Oh yeah. And by the way, there's murmurs and rumors of her suing Gorilla Glue now. I don't think it's going to hold up in court, mainly because they never told you to put it on your hair. And if people have to tell you where not to put everything, that's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? I've got a bottle of Powerade right here in front of me. Can I dump it in my eyeballs? Why or why not? It doesn't say so on the bottle. As a matter of fact, I can drink it. So if I can drink it, I can put it in my eyes, right? Right? What else do I have here? Let's see. What does this say? Okay, so I have a bottle of Dawn here, right? The regular one, the blue one. And it says, keep out of reach of children. If Dawn gets in eyes, rinse thoroughly with water. Okay, well, that doesn't sound like a problem. It just says, if I get it in my eyes, rinse it with water. It didn't say don't put it there, right? Do you see my point? If we have to tell you what not to do with every single product, yeah, that's not going to fly. I don't think she'll win this case. Stranger things have happened. But you've at some point, oh, by the way, she's 40 years old, guys. She's 40, 40. Okay. That case is going to get thrown out. Nobody told you to do that. Now, her lawyer might have a chance in the fact that there is a product called Gorilla Snot. And Gorilla Snot is a hair care product. This is part of the reason they don't like trademarked names to be too similar to each other, because stuff like this can happen. So she could feign ignorance and feign, not knowing, and force Gorilla Glue to do a little payout and then put something on their bottle that says this product is not intended for use in hair. That could happen. Excuse me. But other than that, I don't see this case going very far. I think the judge will look at her free plastic surgeon visit as kind of a gift, and maybe even Gorilla Glue will do them a solid and pay the plastic surgeon. You know what I mean? So nothing is lost here. But anyway, yeah, let this be a warning to you guys. All right. No Gorilla Glue, no super glue in the hair. All right. Now we're just going to touch and go on this because what I've realized is I'm so enjoying not hearing about this man very often. I like it. It's been nice. I feel like I just broke up with a really bad boyfriend and he moved out of the city and I haven't heard from him since. That's what it feels like. And I'm not sad about it at all. Haven't cried or anything. Actually forget that I was even in the relationship. That's how you know when you're really either over a relationship or a relationship thoroughly traumatized you. When there are days that go by when you forget about it. When you forget it even happened. So that's the level that I've reached with this man. But as you all know, Trump is currently on trial, being impeached again. But if jail time is not on the table, then I don't see what the point is. If we're not going to lock him up and actually hold him accountable for his crimes, what's the point? If jail time is not on the table, or maybe it is, I haven't been following very closely, but if we're not going to jail him and his cronies and counterparts, then what's the point? We're just going to do a few paragraphs just to update everybody and really update myself also, because I haven't been keeping up. It says former President Donald Trump's defense team rested their case Friday after making less than 3 hours of arguments in his Senate impeachment trial. House Democrats took up 2 days, including presentations of harrowing footage of last month's Capitol riot. What are you doing and why? My animal's been acting strange today. Just weird, just very bizarre behavior. All three of them been acting real weird. Anyway, the trial then moved into the question and answer phase, with members of the Senate submitted questions for both sides. Trump's lawyers are arguing that an impeachment trial of a former president is unconstitutional, a point legal experts dispute. They also say the former president's speech at a rally that preceded the violence at the Capitol, in which he riled up the crowd with repeated false claims of election fraud, is protected by the First Amendment. Interesting. Democratic House impeachment managers made the case Thursday that the mob of Trump supporters who ransacked the Capitol believed they were doing so at his direction. The managers methodically documented how rioters echoed the exact words of Trump while they stormed the building, and how once inside, many of them said they were acting at his behest. Managers went on to play a series of clips of times Trump explicitly called on his supporters to commit violent acts or express support for violent groups, which they said showed a pattern and practice of inciting violence. So yeah, again, if we're not going to put him in jail, if there's not going to be some consequence of this, like he's already stained his record forever, permanently. So this is just another stain. Like, of course you got impeached twice, like, of course. But what really sticks is you went to jail, one of the first presidents to ever go to jail, to ever do jail time, to send a strong message that this will not be tolerated in this country. We're not going to tolerate this. You see? By the way, Twitter has banned him permanently. They said even if he runs again in 2024. Which, why is that even on the table? Okay, if we're not going to put him in jail, are we going to at least block him from public office again? Because, like, this certainly could happen again. And I don't think anyone feels like reliving this or repeating this. I don't want to repeat this. I don't want to go through this again. And it's going to happen if we don't get check and control of this behavior. So the danger in this of not holding him accountable, you already see the little gophers popping up, or moles. Did we decide on moles? Marjorie Taylor Greene, Lauren Boebert, the little guy with the little wispy hair, the other one who looks like a little Disney prince. I forget all their names, Max Keller or Max Kelman or something like that. Then you see how they're popping up, right? So you whack one mole, we did decide on moles. You whack one mole and all these other moles start popping up. And my question to you all, everyone listening, especially if you are an American citizen, is, do you feel like dealing with this for the next 30, 40, maybe 50 years of your life? Is this a tour you want to go on every 4 years? And then in between those 4 years, this is what we're doing. Back and forth, back, battle, lies, conspiracy, just foaming at the mouth. Like, it is exhausting. Like, I feel like we're never going to get back to business as usual. Business as usual is gone. Like, we are forever going to be playing this game with a group of individuals who are totally out of touch with reality. And my question is, how long are we planning on doing that? Hold on. How long exactly are we planning on playing Ring Around the Rosie and merry-go-round with mentally unwell people? You know what I mean? Like, at what point does someone stand up and declare, or you know what it is? I was thinking about actually doing a whole show on this. This country totally lacks discipline and the courage to discipline. That's what is lacking. We already knew that we were lacking discipline as a country, but we also lack the courage to discipline. You see what I mean? People don't want to chastise correctly and appropriately and properly. Everyone is afraid to be strict, afraid to administer consequences. So being an irresponsible person is one thing, but being afraid to administer consequences is also another thing. And it creates the perfect storm. So anyway, we'll see what happens as a result of all this. I'm really happy he's not president anymore. I'm happy to not be seeing and hearing from him every day. I will say that the news media made it worse in that they reported on every little thing that he did. Everything, every little thing. And you actually made the monster bigger. You know, he tweets covfefe, trying to tweet coffee, or what was he trying to tweet? Conference? I don't know what he was trying to tweet, but it came out covfefe. We were on covfefe for a week and a half. You see what I mean? Like, the media should have taken up the position of only pay attention to the president when he is doing something presidential. Other than that, ignore him. Ignore it. Did he do something presidential today? No? Then who cares? That's how you diffuse monsters. But if you build up every little thing that they do, everything, you make them larger than life. And that's what happened. So I think that's part of the relief. It's like with him being off social media, the media doesn't have anything to grab onto every day, every hour. So it's like we all got a collective sigh of relief. I know you all don't feel that way, and toodles to the 12 of you who will unsubscribe after hearing that. Okay. But it is what it is, and it's how I feel. Okay. Been that way for a while. Let's move on. Let's talk about other things that have nothing to do with politics, really. For those of you who follow sports, what is going on? What is wrong with my pets? What are y'all doing? I'm about to burn some sage. Y'all are making me feel weird. It's like they just can't, like they can't get right. Like they can't sit still. They're knocking things over. Like it's just strange. What is wrong? Anyway, maybe I should turn the light on because it's dark in here. I'm not sitting in the dark like a freak. I have 3 monitors. So I have light, but it's dark in the house. So maybe I should turn the light on. But anyway, for those of you who follow sports and football, I didn't even know we were having a Super Bowl this year, but apparently we did. Tom Brady wins again. Woohoo. Listen, Tom Brady has made the Super Bowl boring for me. It's boring. Like if he's in it, oh God, okay, you're going to win. Great. Awesome. And, you know, I know my super hardcore sports fans are probably super offended, and deuces to the 6 of you who unsubscribe after me saying this. But I've lost all interest. My teams, the only teams I would ever even remotely support, all suck. Like really suck, like super suck. So I have no enthusiasm towards the teams that I should or would support. They all suck. I'm tired of seeing Tom Brady win, not because I'm tired of seeing winners, just because it's boring. It's boring. It's like you've mastered the game now. It's kind of like if you were going to sit down and watch a chess player play people in chess and they win every time. And once you've determined that they know are indeed not cheating, they're actually winning. It's like, okay, well, you just mastered the game. Boring. Now, what I didn't know is that he was on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, when did that happen? Is it the weather that's got these babies acting crazy like this? Like they are, I'm telling you, like just strange behavior, very clingy, needy behavior too. Like wanting to be, like I tease them and I say, you all want me to just get a Velcro belt? And then I'll get y'all some Velcro collars and I can just attach you right to my hip and we can all go together. Is that what you want? Is that what you need? What's wrong? Anyway, we're not going to talk about these pampered, spoiled little pets of mine. But yeah, when did he go to the Buccaneers? When did that happen? Interesting. Someone said, PTE, your pets are trying to alert you to something. That reminds me, the U.S. government just acknowledged the use of a laser weapon. Well, you know what is interesting that you say that? And not to have bathroom talk on the news break, but my toilet is like weirdly burbling. What does that mean? I was trying to Google it right before I came on and I just didn't have time. I'm a little freaked out by that. Like it'll just go bloop, 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 bloop. And I'm like, and then it'll make the dog bark because she hears it and it's unusual. And I'm like, what's that? And then I heard it in the kitchen sink too. Is that bad? You know, so the question on the screen is, are you in a fault zone? Animals can get crazy before a quake. So sort of, kind of. Some of you already know what state I live in, but I try not to just walk around stating it openly. But like 2 or 3 years ago, we had an earthquake and I felt it, y'all. And it was the strangest thing I've ever felt in my entire life. So I know my California listeners, I'm sure would disagree, but it was a legit earthquake. It was a, it has a specific name. It's the one that's a wave. So it rolls. And y'all, I was in my apartment and it was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And it felt like somebody lifted up the corner of the building and just sat it back down on water. So it felt like, so we were just sitting still. Then, and it sounded like it too. It almost sounded like if you were a plant, what a plant would sound like getting uprooted. Like what you would imagine that would probably sound like. So it was like, and it's like it lifted up and then it's like it sat back down and then we rocked for like 30 minutes, just rocking. And I was like, oh man. Like it was so unusual. I've never really been on a big ship. I've kind of sort of been on a ship, but not really. But it felt like I was on a cruise ship, what I would imagine a cruise ship feels like. And I have a lot of thoughts about that earthquake. And we'll talk about that maybe on a deeper PTE if YouTube will leave my freaking videos up, but we'll get there. We'll talk about that another day. But yeah, that was very unnerving. And the weirdest part is like the next day, nobody believed me, even though it was on the news and everything. I was telling people and they were just like, okay. And I was like, that's not weird to you? They're like, well, I was asleep, so I didn't feel it. And I was like, like I felt like a little kid who's trying to tell their parents something serious has just happened and the parents like brush it off. That's what I felt like. But I never forgot it though, y'all. Never. I was like, yeah, noted that it can happen. Okay. Yeah, they're very scary. It was very trippy too. Yes. Like literally felt like we were on water. I didn't like that. But yeah, Brady wins again. He'll probably win next year and the year after that. It's just boring. Brady, retire. You're done. You're finished. You got it. You got 7 rings. You're rich. You're married to a supermodel. You're famous. Like you're that guy. Let somebody else have it. I think that's what I want to see in sports. Like I want to see the new like stories. Like I want to see the new like I'm not really into sports as it is, but if I was gonna be, like I want to see like a rising star. You know what I mean? Like where are all the newbies? Anyway, let's move on. Y'all, the only reason I bring you this particular story is because we've been talking about Bitcoin on the channel, but Tesla buys $1.5 billion in Bitcoin and plans to accept it as payment. Okay. Tesla announced in an SEC filing Monday that it has bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. The company also said it would start accepting Bitcoin as payment method for its products. Elon Musk has been credited for raising the prices of cryptocurrencies, including Bitcoin, through his messages on Twitter. So there you go. Looks like Bitcoin is happening. Someone took the time to kindly answer all the questions that I posed on the community tab. It's pretty far down. You'd have to go looking for it because quite a few posts have come out since then. But if you're interested in reading up, based on someone's interpretation to the answers to my questions on Bitcoin, it is on my page. Obviously, I can't promote or endorse any financial advice. Barely know what I'm doing myself, but I am interested in this because I'm just like, what is it? Like, what does it do? Like, so you mean to tell me if I know how to code very well, like say I'm like a super coder hacker, I can just create a cryptocurrency and then just start selling it to people. And then the more people that accept it, then it becomes a real currency. Like, can we do that? I didn't know we could do that. We can do that. And if that's the case, the way you truly disrupt these people is by creating a new currency that has nothing to do with like Bitcoin or anything. So for example, and I know that this already exists to an extent, but in my vision, it goes further. So for example, let's say I buy a 6-pack of paper towels and they're all individually wrapped. Yes, I know that waste plastic. Just roll with the example, okay? But I really seriously only need one, but they only had the 6-pack, so I had no choice. But I literally seriously only need 1 pack of these paper towels. Now, me personally, PTE, I would just keep them because I know I'll need paper towels in the future. But you might literally go through 1 roll like every 2 months. So you don't need 6. Like 6 could last you a year. So in my vision, what you would do is get on your app, take a picture of your individually wrapped, because we're hygienic and sanitary here. Take a picture of your individually wrapped paper towels. Take a picture of your receipt proving that you just bought them. And you put it on the app to say, I have 5 individually wrapped packs of toilet paper, or excuse me, paper towels. Who would like to trade something with me? And then maybe you have a 2 brand new packs of toothpaste because they came in a 4-pack or something. I don't know. So the point is you're like, ooh, I'm out of toothpaste and they need paper towels. Hey, can I have your toothpaste for these paper towels? Sure. You guys meet up in a safe location, monitored by security cameras and maybe even 1 employee. Maybe you swap it out. Boom. No money has changed hands. You see what I'm saying? Or, I mean, the examples are truly endless, of things where I bought something there's multiples of the other day, and I really don't need the rest, y'all. I really don't. And I wish I could trade them with somebody. So a barter system, basically. So again, I know that kind of exists to an extent. Like I know there's the Facebook marketplace. Obviously there's eBay. Obviously there's Craigslist. That's super sketchy. What I'm trying to do is take the trading market to a non-sketchy, highly, I don't want to say regulated because that implies government. I don't want the government involved in this at all. What I mean is somebody's really monitoring it. It's not like a post board. It's not like a message board, basically. It's almost like an Uber for trading things, kind of, sort of. You see what I'm saying? But you'd have caveats like they have to be new items. They can't be, used. Obviously, you don't want to do food items unless it's like canned goods, something that can't be contaminated. You know what I mean? And you just trade with people the things that you need that they have. You see what I mean? So anyway, and maybe their return window has run out. They can't return it anymore, but it's still brand new. So anyway, we'll talk through that. But my point in saying all that is if someone can just sit and create a new currency, why can't we create new ways of paying for things? You see what I mean? Like if you're a hairstylist or a cosmetologist, maybe your tax guy comes in and gets his hair cut for free for a month, and then he'll do his taxes for you. He'll do your taxes for you. Like you'd have to, see what an even exchange would be. But you get it. You guys get the picture. Okay, so we need to go into 2 stories that are a little bit morbid. Sorry. And then we're going to finish with one that's kind of funny. Okay, so we're going to dip down and then we're going to dip back up. All right. So I bring this to you because we've talked about pranks on this channel before. Tennessee man shot and killed after a YouTube video prank goes wrong. Timothy Wilkes, 20, was killed after he approached a group of people with butcher knives as part of a prank that was supposed to be a robbery, police said. A man was shot and killed in the parking lot of a Nashville business Friday night after a robbery prank for a YouTube channel went wrong, according to police. When officers got to Urban Air in the city's Hermitage neighborhood around 9:20, they learned Timothy Wilkes, 20, and a friend approached a group of people, including David Starnes Jr., with butcher knives as part of the prank. Starnes, 23, told detectives he was unaware of the prank and shot Wilkes in self-defense, the Metropolitan Nashville Police Department said Saturday in a statement. Starnes has not been charged in connection with the incident, which remains under investigation. Metropolitan Nashville Police could not be reached by phone or email to provide comment, including the status of the friend who was with Wilkes at the time of his death and whether Starnes had a gun permit. So again, and I would have to literally comb through the archives to find it, but I know I said somewhere that the reason I don't like pranks, and especially social media pranks, is because they're always escalating it and trying to take it to the next level of violation, basically. So, your standard hop out from behind a tree and go boo, that's old. You know what I mean? So now they're having to take pranks up to the next level because people are aware, people aren't quite as stupid. Well, you know what? Let me back that up. What I'm trying to say is people are aware that they're being pranked nowadays. Like if something very strange started happening out in public, to me, I'd be like, okay, where's the camera, guys? Where is it? Where is it? Give it to me. That's what I mean. So they're having to always bump it up a notch to get the same effect. So now it has them out here doing stupid stuff like this. So and not that this matters at all, you guys, it really shouldn't, and it doesn't, but I just have to say it because it kind of adds to the whole situation. The guys who ran up on the guys were white and the guys who shot him were black, or the guy who shot him was black. Give me this. All of y'all are acting just so strange. I don't know what, it's like they're finding everything in the house, trying to bang on it, make noise. I can't. Y'all are driving me crazy right now. So imagine being a black man in America at Urban Air, which I think is like a trampoline park, which, by the way, this is the second trampoline park there's been like a major fatal incident at recently. Y'all need to stay away from these trampoline parks. What's up? Anyway, you're a black guy in America trying to mind your own business, trying to survive out here. And next thing you know, 3 white guys are running at you with butcher knives. Like, I want to know why this kid thought that was going to be a good idea at all, to run up on anybody with butcher knives. But why would you run up on a black guy? You know that we're on edge right now. You know that. So he fucked around and found out, didn't he? So guys, chill with these pranks. Y'all cannot do this. One of the main reasons I don't like pranks is because you are making a lot of assumptions about another person. For example, like when you pretend to, like sometimes people like to pretend to spill things on people. You don't know if that person has time to have things spilled on them. They might be on their way to work. They might be on their way to catch a plane. They might be on their way to pick up their kids. You see what I mean? You cannot just impose your little joke on people and expect them to get a kick out of it unless you're handing them like $100,000 cash afterward. Then maybe they might hee ha ha with you. Maybe then they might tee hee with you and kiki with you. You see what I mean? But you're just doing it for your own enrichment and enjoyment and then expecting them to deal with the aftermath. Like that's very narcissistic to me. You know what I mean? Like you pretend to poop in your hand, then pretend to wipe it on me. Like we're not in that time anymore, guys. We're not in that time frame. That was like 90s. That's over. But these guys, like I was saying, decided to take it up a notch and step it up to the next level and run up on this guy with butcher knives and got shot. Dun 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 dun. Let's move on to the next story. Again, we got to do a double dip on the morbid and then we're going to pop back out. Okay, guys, in Fort Worth, an accident, 133 vehicle pileup accident left actually 8. This article, I think, is a few days old. It's 8 people now dead, guys, on the interstate after an ice storm. Okay. Dang, I didn't know this. Many of the victims were healthcare workers found wearing work scrubs and hospital badges. Woo! I'm saging tonight. I might do Palo too.
Fox News Alert been watching this story now live. Look, Fort Worth, Texas. There were dozens of vehicles, including 18-wheelers, that have collided on a highway there. Firefighters saying that some folks are trapped inside their cars and are asking people to stay off the icy roads. All this happened when they got hit with a snowstorm, bit of an ice storm, a lot of that black ice in Texas on the road during the morning rush hour. So local news outlets reporting multiple deaths as a result. We're watching it for you, and when we get some more from Texas, we'll bring it to you.
That's crazy. So let's read about it really quick. And again, I don't bring y'all morbid things for fun. I actually have something to say. So at least 6 people, it's 8 now, and died and dozens were injured in an 133 vehicle pileup in Texas after a massive ice storm made the roads dangerously slick in the early hours Thursday morning. The first crash occurred at 6:15 a.m. on Interstate 35 West in Fort Worth, and that included 18-wheelers and passenger cars skidded off the road and continued to crash into each other as the pileup grew. What a freaking nightmare. The scene we saw today is probably unlike anything else we've ever seen. We pray to God we never see it again. Okay? Where did I read? There was like 2 accidents. There was like the first one and then like a second one. Hold on. So a significant ice storm stretched across the southern and midwestern U.S., covering Texas, the Ohio Valley, and the Appalachians as it continued to move through the mid-Atlantic. It said the rare icy conditions on the road caught drivers underprepared, leading to a catastrophic incident. That's crazy. That's kind of traumatic too. It's kind of flashbacky a little bit. But I can't say too much without giving away my location. But okay, so anyway, I thought I had read somewhere that there was a second. Look at that, y'all. Holy crap. I thought there was a second accident, and that's what compounded it. I thought that's what compounded it, but maybe I'm confusing it with something else. I might be confusing that with a different accident. There have been like crazy accidents, not right now, but recently on the road. Whew. So here's all I'm going to say. So obviously this was largely out of these drivers' control. Ice, you're not going to win against ice. You're just not. And it doesn't matter how big you are or how heavy you are in terms of your vehicle. Your vehicle is no match against ice. It just isn't. And then once that slide starts, you know what I mean? So it looks like either they didn't know this was coming or they didn't have time to put down salt or whatever. But what I want to say is this. Clearly driving, I think it's very easy to forget what a dangerous thing that this is that we're doing every single day. And I think that's part of the reason I am so very passionate about it. Those of you who've been with me from day one, or even just the first year, you know how I feel about driving. But then again, you may not. So I've decided that I am actually going to do my major driving rant. I was going to do it tonight, but I think I'm actually going to save that either for tomorrow or maybe even Sunday. But I'm going to do my driving rant where I finally gather together all of these thoughts that I have about driving. And it is going to be a large part rant, which is just someone fussing just to get it out of their system. But it's also going to have a huge component of, you know, let's agree as a driving society on some new rules. So I'm going to get it out of my system first and vent my anger and frustration. And then we're going to talk about how we can make the roads safer together. Obviously, there's nothing you can do in a situation like this. I mean, it's possible that distance would have, keeping a greater distance. But then again, you have to keep in mind, like once you hit that slide, it's over. Like if you're coming downhill and you hit that slide, that's it. Distance doesn't matter. You can slide for 2 miles. And don't have a little speed on you, because if you have some speed on you and then you hit that slide, that's it. So again, I'm not blaming any of these drivers. I just bring it up because it's kind of major. 133 cars, 8 people died because of ice. Ice. Okay. This car is not even recognizable. Okay. So y'all, please be careful out here. One of my number one objectives when I'm driving is to create as much distance between myself and everyone else as I possibly can. I call it hot pocket. So we've got the slingshot, we've got Charlotte's Web, and we've got the hot pocket, which is basically where I don't want to be in front of anyone where I'm restricting their movement. So I don't want to be holding anyone up. I don't want anyone holding me up. And I really don't want you directly to my left or my right. And I don't want to be in your blind spots. And I don't want you in my blind spots either. You see? So I'm basically trying to create a bubble around myself on the highway. And I do it all the time. It's very doable. What I don't like is when people come and attach themselves in my bubble and they don't have to be. It's one thing to be bumper to bumper traffic. It's an entirely another thing to be on a big ass, big ass open highway. To be on this big ass open highway, you got all this space, but you right here by me. Why? Get on now. So that's when I slingshot them and then create my hot pocket again. Okay. Watching the video. Oh, there's a video of this accident. It says watching the video was nuts. There's a video of this. Oh, if there is, we have to find it. I'll wait and see. So be careful out there, guys. Try to create as much distance between yourself and others as you possibly can. If you can avoid driving in these conditions, please do. Oh, there's a video. Oh, we got to find it. Let me find it real quick. Let's see. Let me use my thinker. Fort Worth, Texas, pile up video. I didn't know there was video. Oh, there's video. Ooh. Okay. Sorry, I know that probably didn't feel good to y'all's ears just now. I just realized I've had my microphone on the wrong setting the whole time. Oh my God. Okay, here we go. Oh, wait. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. All right, back up. Boom. Okay, back up. I'm gonna make it bigger. And then let me put y'all back on. Okay. All right, here we go. I have not seen this. Oh my God. Oh my God.
We can confirm that there are multiple fatalities involved in this incident. Our first responders are trained to get into these types of events and take care of people. And an event like this is not something that many of them will ever see again.
Oh my God. They are in there like pancakes. Hold on. I'm sorry. I need to see something real quick. Just back it up. Oh.
An event like this is not something that many of them will ever see again in their careers.
Oh my God. Somebody was carrying Humvees.
The roads are very slippery this morning. As all of us were driving into this incident, we all had difficulty getting here. The first responders had difficulty actually getting to the vehicles. We're going to have to separate a lot of these vehicles with wreckers, and it's going to be a long time.
Oh my God. Wow. I'm sorry. I need to watch that one more time. Hold on. I know, I'm a freak. I'm weird. Why do they do this with the videos? Go back. Where'd it go? I mean, it literally just took me to a whole nother. It's like, okay, you're done with that story. You're not watching that anymore. I'm sorry. I just need to see it one more time, y'all. Let me find it on YouTube. Detour. Come on, computer. Come on. All right. Well, my computer doesn't want to cooperate. So I'll just go to the last story while that's pulling up and then we'll pull it up again. Okay. So I'm trying not to laugh. I try not to laugh because these are very serious situations, but this video is too funny to me, y'all. A mom tackles a man, and this is the story we'll close on. Okay. Mom tackles man accused of peeping in daughter's window. Phyllis Pena said she charged at him before he could run away and held him until police in Lake Jackson, Texas arrived. Okay. Is this the video? Where the actual, yep. Okay. Here's the video, y'all. I'm going to make it. Are you going to take me to another window? Probably. Hold on. Let's make it. I just like to make it big. Boom. Okay. That's good. All right. Here we go. So she's in the red shirt. Boom. Oh, wait, there's sound. Where's the sound?
Then they.
I'm sorry. Let me start it over. There's sound.
The red shirt. First instinct was just to make sure he didn't go any further.
Okay.
Even if you think you can run from the cops, good luck getting past this mom. I figured at least I could do if I got them down, tripped them up, whatever. Then they, have a chance to get caught up. That's Phyllis Pena in the red shirt. First instinct was just to make sure he didn't go any further. Captured on police dash cam, taking down a man she says was trying to look into her 15-year-old daughter's bedroom window early on a Sunday morning. My kids are my life, and, just making sure I protect them pretty much. Lake Jackson Police Sergeant Roy Welch gave her some credit.
It was a pretty good tackle.
He told us the suspect is 19-year-old Zane Hawkins. Police found Hawkins nearby, but he tried to get away. They say he started running back towards mom, who moved in and made the tackle. Her daughter helped hold down the suspect until officers caught up.
Not very often that we have somebody that actually steps in and puts themselves in harm's way to assist in apprehending somebody.
The cop, fist bumped me, and he was like,
"Don't mess with
mom.
mom."
I heard Texans are looking for a new linebacker. And while she can laugh about it now,
Set him up.
Phyllis was in
Pow.
mode at the time.
That was beautiful.
So she just wanted to protect her kids.
I love that. I love her form. I thought her form was really good.
Caught up.
Not very often
Watch.
that we have somebody that actually steps in and puts themselves in harm's way to assist in apprehending somebody.
The cop, fist bumped me, and he was like, "Hey, so I heard Texans are looking for a new linebacker."
See how she eyes him? Set it up. Ballet style. Pow.
She just wanted to protect her kids.
Nice work, Mom. Very, very, very nice work. Nice work. Love to see it. I love to see swift justice, man. I'm telling you, it does something for my heart. It really does. Wow, my YouTube won't come up on Safari. Here, let me try this link that Alexis gave me. Oh, I can't copy paste it. Here, let me try this. Can I copy paste this? Nope. Let me just try looking up Derek Deuce Hall. I'm sorry, I really want to see. I want to see this, y'all. So let's go to Google. Let's go. Derek Deuce Hall, Facebook video, Fort Worth, Texas. Pile up. Somebody was laughing at how fast I typed a couple of live streams ago. And I saw it after the show was over. And I was laughing. I was laughing at their laughter. But y'all, honestly, it's one of the best things I ever learned. One of the only things I ever learned in school that was extremely useful. Dang, I can't find it. I'll have to look it up after the show. Oh, let me just try one more. Just one more, I promise. Oh, I wonder if this is it. Nope. There it goes. I don't know if y'all can hear it, but my toilet is literally going bloop, 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 bloop. Super weird. All right. Weird things are happening over here. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'm going to sage my house, and then I'm going to burn some Palo Santo, open a few windows, and just see what's up. It's like a weird energy in the atmosphere or something. Toilets making strange noises. My animals are acting weird. I don't know. It's just weird. But anyway, thank you all. Oh, wait, sorry. I knew there was something I was forgetting to do. I need to shout out my sponsors. So shout out to my February 2021 sponsors. Thank you so much for sponsoring the show. Our first sponsor is Mama Trauma. And here you can go get healing, empowerment, and validation for daughters of narcissistic mothers. So she focuses on that target group specifically. So I think that would be a really great community for you to check out. really great shows for you to check out. Do check out Mama Trauma, available anywhere that you listen to podcasts. And our second sponsor, where is it? Here it is Rebounding from Narcissism. I have not seen Rebound this evening in the chat, but Rebound is a regular here on the show. We love to have him. And he is our February 2021 sponsor as well. Do please check out Rebound's channel. I will link it in the description box, although some people have said that the link that I'm leaving is not working, but it works for me. But I recognize that just because it works for me doesn't mean it works for you. So I think it's a little weird. So I'll see if I can find maybe a different link for Rebound's channel, but do go check out Rebound. He covers narcissism from the male perspective and also from the spiritual perspective as well. So do go check out Rebound. And Rebound, if you are here and I missed you, I apologize and shout out to you. But with that, you guys, I think that pretty much wraps us up for the evening. I'm going to go ahead and close us out. I want you all to be safe. Please drive safely out here. Please check out our sponsors. And I think I'm going to do my big driving rant probably sometime this weekend, so you guys can look forward to that, okay? But other than that, thanks for joining me on the news break. I feel like I had something else to tell you. I can't think of it, so I'm going to go ahead and close. Have a good evening. Talk to you soon. Wow. Hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. What's the last thing you guys heard? Because I've been muted, I think. Have I been muted? This is a weird night. What's the last thing you guys heard me say? Did you guys hear me shout out the sponsors with my words? It looks like it. I don't know what's going on. I feel like I'm losing it. Oh, I wasn't muted. Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay. Well, let's try that again. Guys, have a good evening. I'm gone. Bye.